Okay, guys. So, regarding the classes that will be included on our code, I think we can all agree on three classes, which is gonna be the score system, the snake class, and the food class. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, for the score system, I think Walid,
Okay.
you can discuss this first.
Okay, so for the score system, we'll create a class for the score system, okay? And then
Yeah.
we'll use objects, like we'll use several objects to display the score. First, we need an object for actually displaying the score, like showing the score. And
Hmm.
we need to also add another object.
Yeah, we can add another
Yeah,
object, like for example, we could add the feature of the snake having multiple lives.
yeah. We can add the
yeah, we
lives.
should do that.
That's, yeah, we should add that
Oh
feature.
yeah, we should also add the object for the amount of time played, like, or should we not? Because maybe the game
Um,
will end at some point, so
I
there's
think I think adding the time will actually be a good idea. To
yeah,
make
like for example, it
Yeah,
might be competitive, like who can finish the game
who can?
fastest,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
Who
that.
can? Or who can survive the longest, for example. Also,
But surviving the longest can, yeah, we could do
like
that as well. Yeah, yeah,
comparing the time. Before you lose all of your lives, for example.
yeah, yes, yes. Okay,
yeah.
so for the next class, the
No
snake
man,
class, would you
would you like to talk about it? The snake
let's
class.
discuss it together?
Yeah. We need to discuss the snake class. So, who would like to discuss the snake class?
I
Um.
mean, snake class is
I
pretty
mean, yeah, it's
straightforward
pretty simple,
because
straightforward. Naman, would you
Okay,
like to
so
discuss the snake class?
we can, yeah.
Uh,
so for the snake class, anyways, the objects I think we're gonna have to. It's gonna be only the length of the body,
Yeah, length of the
Length
body,
and
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 maybe the
we
color.
could also add a customization feature like the color of the snake in the
You
main
could
menu.
use. Yeah, you get to choose. You get to choose which
Yeah,
color
or
for the
maybe
so
snake.
we could like make it so that the color changes every time the snake eats a food.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
there are multiple ways to go about this, but it's a simple feature that
I
you could
also want to
add.
add on that in the body, I think
it can
we should make
increase.
yeah.
It can increase after eating. It will
Uh,
increase after eating
Uh,
the food,
Yeah, yeah,
by which we can calculate.
the length of
well,
yeah.
time the snake eats food.
I just want to add
So,
real quick for the snake class. The key attributes. First, we need to add the movement. For the
yeah,
snake,
Yeah,
should be in the key attributes, and yep, I think also the length of the snake should be in the key attributes. Yeah.
sure.
also, I would like to add, for example, you could maybe give the snake a difficulty, for example,
Difficulty level, you mean?
a difficulty level. Yeah, for example,
Mm,
now since we don't want the snake to, like, since the doctor said we shouldn't make the snake gain in length when it eats an apple because it's too complex or whatever. We could what we could do is, for example, give it a difficulty level. So like
oh, so
if
you're
the brain
talking about like, for example, we
length,
could whenever
yeah.
it eats food, the speed of the snake increases.
For example, yeah, exactly.
That's a
yeah,
good
So
yeah.
idea.
Okay,
That's a good
That's a
idea.
good idea.
okay, okay. I agree with that.
and for the last, I think for the class of the food, it's pretty simple. We just need like something like, let's say an apple is a good food and the poison is a bad food, and like
Yeah.
we can make a relationship between the snake having to eat the food, and
Yeah,
also the food affecting, like whatever food it eats, it will affect the score. The score will increase or the life will decrease if he eats poisonous food, for example.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Also,
So for the methods we're gonna use in each, what's gonna be the methods though?
in each class, yeah. Okay, so let's start with the snake class. The key methods of the snake. Okay, so I think first will be um the speed of the snake. Every time you eat, the speed has to increase. So we'll add a method for increasing the
Hmm.
speed of the snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a multiplier. Like that also depends on the difficulty level that the player chose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at first we can set a default system where it will be difficult or easy. From there, the snake will move fast or slow
Yeah,
from the
I thi-
difficulty level.
yeah. It won't increase in speed by much on the easier difficulty, but on the harder difficulty, that speed multiplier will be increased with each
Yeah,
apple it eats.
Okay, guys, we forgot something, by the way. Does the association or inheritance apply to any of the things we have here?
So we've talked about an association. I think Shihab mentioned
Yeah,
it. He said, uh, "Can you repeat what you've just said?" I think you've
I said,
mentioned something about associating the.
I said, yeah,
Yeah,
I said something about associating the snake eating the food and
yeah,
the food associating with the score increasement. So the score would
yeah, yeah.
either increase by one depending on the apple, and it would decrease your lives depending on the poisonous food you ate.
So that's association between two different classes. First, the score class and the food class.
Food.
Yeah.
And the second is the snake and the food. Snake having the ability to indulge in the food.
Yes.
Okay. So just to add one last thing, as for writing the code for this subject, we're probably going to be using polymorphism later on, as well as using some loops for the snake length body, because there's going to be a limit for the length. For example, we're going to use the maximum length of the body, or maybe the maximum difficulty is
Yeah.
going to
The multiplier,
be
yeah.
5 times the speed, I guess, is the maximum. Do you think
You
that's
could
good?
Sounds good. Yeah. We don't want to
five
make it
times.
too fast because yeah.
I think
we're gonna be using a loop while writing the code for that part, as well as a loop for the lives. In case the lives reach 0, the game will display, or it reaches -1, because
yeah,
he
yeah.
has real
So
lives. So
yeah,
whenever the
so
lives is finished, the game will
the game.
automatically say game over. And later on, we're gonna be using a moving background for the food when it shows up on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
where it appears on the screen.
Okay, so I guess
Um.
we're all done here and all good here for this discussion.
Okay. Now we'll have to construct a UML diagram in order to display the key functions in and the key methods. I mean, and the key classes for the.
Yeah, we already done that. Like we had the class, the score system, and the objects displayed in the score system, the time played, the score, the lives. We have another class, the class the snake. We have the objects, the body, and the color of the snake, and the speed of the snake, which is another object.
Yeah,
The class, the food, we have two objects, the apple and the poison. The apple, which is the good food, and the poison, which is going to be the bad food.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So there is in food section two classes, right? We are
and
Yeah,
going.
two classes in food
Yeah,
section. No, two objects in class
object
food.
in the.
Like food.
Okay.
I feel like when it comes down to this, I think we're gonna have to experiment with a lot of stuff. But like this is a very good foundation to start on. We could start experimenting with these foundations that we discussed, and then we can see what we could maybe update or change later, or even add more stuff. But for the basic foundation of the classes and objects, I think that's pretty good enough for a starting ground.
yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with you.
I agree. I also agree with you.
وليد.
ايوه.
اعمل ريكورد.
خلاص.